we're going live stream and planet Earth and the people coming in. I would like to introduce a very amazing soul sister. She is one of the very few beings I know that actually are fluent in multiple star languages. From I know three. Absolute pleasure being here with you. Yanta Samtiash Lightstar Womoshiaka Simyatash has some wisdom she would like to share with you. Without further ado, my sister, Lightstar.
Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing? Good. I've got some visuals, if it comes up and if the guy comes over here. I've got some visuals here to just kind of roll through as I'm talking. Don't worry about if you don't see it or it doesn't work. It's just some visuals. It has some of my artwork. I'm a visual attunement artist, and I bring a lot of the energies coming from the other realms here, so hopefully we can get that rolling. And that's just going to be sort of looping throughout my presentation. So you'll see some activations, because the artwork will actually be activating you as you see it visually while I'm going to be speaking, and I'm going to be doing some activations from different star languages and light languages. But first of all, I want to get just an idea in the audience of who here speaks light language. Raise your hand. Awesome. Okay, well, here's the thing. All of you should have raised your hand. Why? You're like, what? No, I don't speak a light language. You're kidding? Yes, you do. All of you do. The reason why is because are we from Earth? Are all of us here from Earth? Right? So we all came from another place, which means we actually speak what I call your mother tongue. That is going to be the language that you are most familiar with. That basically is, I feel even babies, when they come in, they're like, la, 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 and they speak, and you're like, God, they're like speaking a whole nother language. It's just because they haven't learned the earth languages yet. They haven't learned French or English or, Spanish or whatever. But they came in with a soul language that they just know. And as a matter of fact, I saw a video of two babies it was one baby, I've seen different videos, but one of them was a baby in the back seat of a car, and the parents were sitting right next to the children on either side. And the baby was looking at them pointing fingers and everything. And turning to the other one. And the parents were like, what is going on? But you could tell that the child actually knew exactly what they were saying. And they were trying to get a point across, too. So this is really common, and I see this all the time. So I want to tell you that everyone does speak a specific language, which I call your mother tongue. So, and a lot of times when I'm speaking light language, people will get activated just by hearing me speak the languages. So don't be surprised if some of you leave this room today and have a dream or in the next few days or something and start actually speaking a language, because it happens all the time. And that's quite normal. So I wanted to say that's okay. That's going to happen, and it's perfectly natural. So the other thing I wanted to share before I get into the languages first, I want to say is that I know we've been talking in this conference about star family and who are, getting in touch with our star family from the other realms, the other dimensions, the other places. But I want you to all just really look around the room right now. Look to your left, to your right, and look at everyone in the room, okay? This is your star family. This is your star family. Now, I'm not negating the fact that you can call in your star families from the other realms and the other universes and all that. I'm not negating that. But what I'm saying is that we are here in this embodiment, in this incarnation, with these people right here. And these are the people that we most connect with on a daily basis, right? These are the people that we interact with. These are the people that activate us in this realm, which we're trying to get things done, our creative projects and different things that we need to get going, we get motivation and inspiration from these people as well as our angels and our star friends and our elemental friends and all of that. So I just want to, just share a little bit. Sometimes I have a couple stories where I've learned a very, very important lesson as well. The lesson for me is about judgment and not to judge or have expectations of other people, your star family members, your soul family members, just to keep that heart open and not having the expectations. So I want to say, my father, he was an amazing man. He passed over about 4.5 years ago. And it was actually on my beloved's birthday, of all weird days to pass over. But he passed over, and he was an amazing man. And I have so many amazing things to share about him. But one of my things that I always had about him is I felt like he was emotionally unavailable. That kind of feeling, where maybe I didn't get what I needed from him emotionally, and maybe I had some judgments and expectations about what he should do, how he should be, and I've had that for a very, very long time. Well, after my father crossed over, it was about 2 years into it, I kind of feel this tapping on my shoulder. I felt like it was him, because I can connect to the other realms. But I hadn't really heard from him too much. But I feel this tapping, and I just felt like, okay, I need to sit and talk to him. I need to, do this. And I just kind of brushed it off for a while. And I was like, I'll get to it. And then I just said, okay, I'm going to sit down. Well, I sat down, and I got this incredible download from him. And I did it through automatic writing, because that's how I generally get the most clear information, is just by automatically writing it all down. Pages and pages of stuff. And I was amazed, okay? Because just to give you some background on my father, while he was here on the planet, he was one of the most amazing men. He was on the board of the Holistic Medical Association. He's climbed Mount Everest. He's climbed like 5 different mountains. He was written up as Senior Athlete of the Month. He was the forefather of chelation therapy. He was a physician. The list goes on and on about what he did here on the planet. So what he wrote to me channeled through me in that experience was about where he was from. I didn't realize at the time that he was Starseed. At the time, I hadn't even put that connotation on him, or thought he was, and he was. And he told me where he's from. He told me many different things about the places where he's from. But the most important thing was about how in their realm, in their star family realm, in their community is all about community. So they share through experience through their community by how much they give back to the community. That's how they show love. That's how they express from their hearts, and that's how you will know that they are really in expression of that, of the heart space. So I was in tears, just crying and crying and crying, because what I realized was that my judgment on, or my expectation about him and who he was, and basically about him not being emotionally available, I was like, oh my gosh, he was totally emotionally available, but that was his true nature, and that's how he expressed it. And that was a beautiful thing, because what a lot of times what happens is that we tend to put these expectations on others. They have to behave like a certain way, or they have to show their love and their expression of love in a certain way. Well, you know what? We're each unique unto our own, so we don't have to be like everybody else. And we don't have to share our love just like how the next person thinks that we're supposed to be, or what the norm of society thinks that how we are supposed to be, okay? It was a really important lesson, and it sort of shrouded me in this experience of, wow, was I wrong? Wow, what an amazing man this was. And I wish to this day, and I still talk to him now to express that, because he was really trying to show that. And the other part to this is that sometimes we have judgments about who's in our life, our family members particularly, right? Because our family members are, let's just say some of them aren't as nice as we would like them to be. But if we really think about it, and we think about that we chose those beings before we came here to be in interaction in our family with. We did, right? You guys all in agreement that we chose our families? Okay, so if we chose our families and we're saying to ourselves, well, I chose that family, really? Well, I chose that experience, that negative experience, really? Did I do that? Yes. And then you have to take it beyond that and say, why did you choose that experience? Why did you choose that family member? And why did you choose that trauma, perhaps, to come into that family experience? And most of the time you will find that when you leave this plane and you go back up there and you're connecting with your angels and your guides and you're all having the powwow up there about like what you did down here and how well you did and what your lessons were. And you're going to find that other person up there, that soul that you connected with, and you're going to say, oh, thank you. Thank you. Because guess what? The agreement was made. You guys had that powwow before you came down here, that you would actually learn that lesson, that person, that soul, would actually be the bad guy. They're like, okay, I'll be the bad guy for you. I'll do it. I don't want to do it, because it's not really nice, but, this is what we agreed to, and I'm going to help you out. That's the kind of conversations that we have. So when we need to look at things from the higher perspectives, I want you guys to always remember that, to always look at your family members especially, because those are the ones we tend to have the most problems with. But not only your family, it can also be your friends or coworkers, right? Coworkers. Oh, we've all had that, bosses and things like that. But we have to realize that if we have to take it up to the next highest level to understand why these things are happening, to unravel them, okay? So really, that was a big message that I wanted to come through to drive that home a little bit, to understand the importance of non-judgment, okay, and also acceptance of every one of you in your each individual shining lights, just the way you are. I think too many times on this planet we're trying, and even my dad, I have to use that example, he was very spiritually oriented, so he went to so many different things, emotional training. He was on the board of the Bioenergetic Association. He tried so many different things. He went to go study. I think it was the monks somewhere. I don't know where. It was in another country, and they put you in a closet, and you kind of review your life without food and water and kind of thing. So he tried all these different things to try to be more emotionally, more acceptable, more of what everyone expected of him. And I just feel like now I just go, wow, you were so beautiful just the way you are. You didn't have to try to change yourself to be like somebody else. Very, very important lesson, okay? So hopefully you guys all get that. So now that we have that out of the way, I'm going to talk a little bit about light language and what it is. So what light language is a universal, it's sometimes called universal, a language, galactic language, a language of the light. There's different terms for it, and it can be used in different ways. And I will share the way that I'm using the language is actually for healing, and it's bringing in the energies of the different star systems, star races, as well as some on the elemental realms here on the planet, and bringing those energies through my vessel here. And I want to relay it. It's almost like I want you to picture myself as a tuning fork, because that's the best way I can describe it, is that if I am a tuning fork, and these energies and these frequencies of this language is coming through me, and then it's reverberating out to all of you, and all of you will be experiencing different things from it. Everybody experiences light language a little differently. Not everyone's going to experience the same thing, although energetically, I will say there are some commonalities. So I just want to point out, Some people will be feeling more expanded, okay? Their heart might feel like it's expanding out. Some people might feel it in the head area where they might feel either tension, pressure, and usually if there's pressure in your body when you feel that through me speaking the light language, it's like we have resistance inside of our body, and the language is going inside the body and it's hitting the resistance points, and that's what sometimes causes the pressure. Because my light language is like, imagine a dirt clod right here, okay? And inside the dirt clod is this beautiful diamond. We want to get to that diamond. Well, how do we get to the diamond? We have to sometimes shake this dirt clod so that this crumbles, dust and dirt and all that can fall away so that we can actually see the beautiful diamond. And that's what light language, at least through myself, is doing for people. It's moving the energies. It's actually shaking some of the stuck energies, the challenges, the blocks, and all of that out of the way so that you can actually feel your body a little bit more. And it goes through, I have a light language chakra activation, which I will actually go through each chakra with the languages that have been associated with me that will clear each one of the chakras. So it's been a couple of years now of me incorporating the different languages. I've got about 20 or so-ish that I bring through. About 7 or 8 come through with the different chakras so that they can clear. But the languages will actually do different things for different people. So I just want to say, if you're feeling something through the language and you're not sure what it is, just don't worry about it. Go with it. It just breathe through that area of your body and let it kind of clear out. All different things. When I first started to speak my language or hear language, I feel it as chills down my spine. Chills in the area, especially right here, I feel it a lot, like it's coming through my body and it's going through my entire, system, my spine area. So just allow that to happen. And I've been speaking one language since I was 9, but I didn't actually know what that language was. Now I do, but now I can put the components together. And I had about a 2-week period. This was several years ago. I had a 2-week period where all of these languages started pouring into I was just getting download, and all of them started pouring in. And I started to decipher them bit by bit, with which was coming from what location, what species, what energy, and then I started to develop the chakra activation. So that's kind of the progression of what's happened, and it takes me a little bit of time sometimes to get a language and to really associate it and to really understand it to see what it does. So let's get on with it, right? So the first language I'm going to do right now is just it's called the guardian language, and I want to ground the energy in here because, like, everybody take a deep breath. Like, there's a lot of energy running through here. So I'm going to do this grounding light language energy that's going to filter in and just kind of ground you guys. So I want you to visualize your legs and your feet and your ankles and everything. Just really feel the lower half of your body, almost like as if this language is going through and connecting you to Mother Earth. Okay?
Shoto kukuma kar umapad, baku shu kukuna kar, alma ku usha meroso kuuna kar, usha ukuinia amaki ushana hakaiwana, okushu meroku so hokushu kushi itusu umaki ishe ukua, kauna okusho ko, bero kushi yusoku shan akuma. Baku uti utushi, baku merosoku maya tautulia tatum.
Everybody take a nice deep breath in. Feel the energy running down through your body. This is clearing some things, but it's grounding you to the earth. It's a guardian language that brings through a lot of different races, actually, but the ones that come through to guard this planet. Okay? So now I'm just going to switch gears here. Switch a little bit of gears here. I'm going to bring through a language of the Lyran. There's a lot of Lyran energy in here. The Lyran energy is it's quite different. They're all different energies. So we're going to actually anchor this into the second chakra too. So just visualize an energy moving around in there.
Rutar arna, krusto kruko arne. Preditir arker inter oro kustar. Barer arket itura kater miara. Soruku tokrna kitura. Ferurak nar karistu uro kusha remar. Turtir eriatar karnatir. Surukura shetar kimrar. Perirana. Kuroto kurokushtar nar, karmi de uro kutura.
Everybody take another nice deep breath in and anchor that into this ground. Creative energy, loving energy, moving energy, sensual energy coming through there as well. And now I want to shift into a language of the heart. A lot of Pleiadian energy here as well. So I want to anchor, Pleiadians are all about love, all about the heart, and all about sharing, expressing love from your heart to others, to yourself. So just putting that energy into your heart space and allowing yourself to receive. Maybe some of you haven't been receiving, so allowing that to happen.
Misa haina. Kulakani alme kiwesha beni suale kema atani ishu hukaki mile sefa anati le kusho amiki ukiesa bashi woka salme solare vana raki sushun ami suola kema Ti sohani wishe bekiwa masimiata halenia kolati umasa amiwa be iwana yumani sumati iwana ilike shani alme seimaki ushani ituha verasa Maila kaine washimiata maki su hamaesha. Everybody take a nice deep breath in again. Breathe that energy into your heart space and let that energy circulate all around your body. The heart is going to be where we're coming from the most. We want to anchor that in and anchor in everything we do comes from this heart space. Everyone that you interact with in this time, in this place, and in this conference, coming and remembering to interact from the heart, not from the mind, but from the heart. That's where we're going to be moving into, and that's what we are moving into, so we want to come from that place, okay? So let's there's a lot of Syrian in here. How many, raise your hand if you're Syrian. A lot of you guys in here, I feel. Don't shy, raise your hand. I know you guys are out there. Well, if you're not sure either, this is going to activate you. The Syrian energy, I connect a lot with the throat, so it's going to be very strong. Okay, this is the assertive energy. This is the energy that gets you going on your path, remembering why you're here, and to get your butt off the ground and to start running and doing your mission here. Okay, very much into that. Loving beings like all get out, but they're very assertive. So it comes in pretty strong. So don't be afraid if you hear it within yourself. This is a channeled information or transmission more than it is me coming through with a channel of a person. Okay, so I just want you to get that clear. This is not coming through. These are not like people coming through me and speaking. This is me connecting with the energies of these locations, these star systems, and to bringing the energetics of it. Because light language to me is an energy language. So we're bringing that through, okay? So we're just going to do that really quick here. So everyone get ready. Besten el ak, kal ek em efetek, shuku okol ak alamastaki. Besten ek el afatak, be shuku kal mast, bek if taki musto okost, kal mestefen, beshi ish kukal, befen ek asti ik, shuku ukunak, benefel. Tak, mentak, shiki kulak, mak, efen, teki shukur, kal ik, suku umash ak, tukush bek ikivak, talakanik, shukok, lak, ebefen, kasht el. Everybody breathe that in. You guys just got a large download of your mission, your purpose here. So I want you to just all breathe that in. So I just wanted, this is just a smattering of some of the languages here that I wanted to share with you guys today. I just want to open it up for the last couple minutes here of just any questions that anyone has about light language or anything of the sort. Anyone have any questions? Yes, right here in the red.
Several months ago, I was being shown symbols in a dream. Shown every night, symbols in dreams, symbols.
Yeah.
And I could not identify what they were. But in meditation, I was told they were just activation symbols, Syrian activation symbols.
Ah.
Nothing else, just that statement.
Okay.
Now I'm wondering, do they associate their language with the symbols as well, or are the symbols themselves kind of like sacred geometry?
Oh, good
where
question.
They just have their own meaning separate from the language?
Yeah, good question. I actually, in my artwork, which you probably couldn't see it, but you'll have to go out and check it out. And some of the languages I actually, some of the artwork I have that I'm actually incorporating the language into my artwork because I was having the same thing. Symbols started coming in and I started to see them and I didn't know what they were and how they were associated. I'm like, oh, that's a nice little sacred geometry, wonderful, what is that? So what happens with these languages is they will start to transform into symbols. And you will start to see them in your dreams and trust your intuition when they tell you, when your higher self is telling you, or your guides are saying this is from Syrian energy, this is the symbol of that. You can bring those, I would call it energy packages, if you will, into your conscious space here, into your mind, and then allow it to translate that into language. So you can ask to be shown those symbols and then also be able to speak it or write it. Everyone has a different channel that comes on first. It could be speaking it, could be writing it, could be drawing it, could be hand signing it. A lot of different ways that it wants to come out. But those codes are showing symbols of the language because they are not just language. If we were to transform our words, it would form what? It would form symbols. It would form codes. It would form languages. That's how sacred geometry starts. So yes, absolutely, a great question because it does synonymously go together, okay? Probably one more question. How about one in the back right there?
A number of years ago, I received a transmission that I call sky language from a very esoteric Chinese tradition. And I really hadn't thought in terms of different languages coming from different places. And although I've gotten downloads, what's the best way to figure out what you're speaking is coming from?
Where it's coming from. Good, yeah. And to be honest with you, that takes some time in this linear world anyway. Sometimes it can come immediately, but I know for myself, because it took me 2 years to integrate. When a language is coming in, I would have to get the energy of it, I would have to feel it out, I would test it out. You can ask your higher self, sometimes they will come in right away, but sometimes it has to sort of integrate into your own vessel first for you to, and then you can start getting it possibly in dream time. A lot of times I've gotten them where I've gone to bed at night and I've said, show me what this language is or where it's coming from or give me pieces of it, and then I started to piece the puzzle together. So I want to say have patience with that too. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, recently I've been working with a multiple personality client who was severely tortured by a whole devil cult. And they try to talk in what I call snake language. But there's a whole different feeling of sort of darkness and evil with that.
Yeah.
that's a really good point that I'm just going to end on that because it's a really good point, is when you are speaking languages, you always want to be surrounding yourself with light, and not just light, but love, creator, the highest vibrations. This is what I say to everyone and myself, is only bring in the highest vibrations of love, light, God, and truth. I mean, you say light, and yeah, there can be trickster energies, negative energies. Oh yeah, we're light, okay. But when you bring in love, light, God, truth, you can't go wrong with that. You surround yourself. I always like to have people put a diamond above their head, and anything that goes through that diamond has to be filtered. It's like a water filter, but it's your filter. So everything has to go through that filter before it comes into you. And you don't just accept anything that comes in. You always put that around you before you're speaking light language, especially because that energy will come in, trickster energies try to come in and, sort of sideswipe it. So just putting that above your head, and your clients, you can tell them as well to do that always, and don't just trust anything that comes through. Karis was talking about that earlier. Don't just trust anything, okay? Just being really clear is the most important thing to bring in clarity of these languages. That's really key, okay? So I want to thank you guys so much. Really honored. You can come out and check out my stuff out there. You can look a little closer at my art. I'm going to have my Oracle deck is going to be coming out this summer. So it'll have all of my artwork in it as well, or most of it. So super excited. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Give it up for Mrs. Lightstar.